Greetings from the far side of the galaxy. This is Joe's Fury, back at it again with a chapter review like we're at Krispy Kreme. As always, like and subscribe, and let's look at Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 151, Perfect Preparation, part 4. I know I said this last chapter review, but I fucking love my new intro. My awesome and badass intro aside, this chapter picks up with the confirmation that Naoya dyes his hair. While that is a cool fact, it's not too important. What is important is little Naoya deciding to get a look at Toji to mock him or something, only to be overcome with an overwhelming sense of awe. Which makes me sad that I have to share a spot in the Toji Simp Club with him. Cutting back to the present, we see Naoya using his simpy feelings as fuel to overwhelm Maki, insisting that she isn't like Toji-kun. Ugh, Toji-kun. You know, it's incredibly ironic that Naoya of all people idolizes Toji and Gojo. Naoya is the embodiment of everything they hated. Gojo was on everything but a warpath against the entire system that makes up the Jujutsu world, taking in and training Maki because she hated the system almost as much as him. And Toji left the Zenin clan because of the arrogant, self-important, misogynistic pricks exactly like Naoya. This man hated the Zenin more than Yuji hated Mahito, more than Sukuna hates everything. If Toji actually met Naoya, he'd probably strangle him to death on reflex. Ugh, Naoya, you stupid bastard, you are actually driving me insane. Ugh, I don't mean to get all literary analysis on you guys, but this ties back into the theme of what it means to be strong in the series. Naoya idolizes Toji for his ambivalent and downright disdainful attitude that refused to notice things beneath him, unflinchingly following his own path, which is a false strength. It's the connections to other people, learning from each other like Yuji and Todo for example, that actually make you strong. The concept of strength in Jujutsu Kaisen is a topic I can talk about for hours, although I may be able to condense it into a YouTube video if someone wants me to, wink wink. Putting down the literary analysis gloves for a second, we see that Maki is actually counting as she fights Naoya. Keep that in the back of your mind because this chapter also gives a brief explanation of Naoya's technique, stating that while its cap is 24 frames per second, it can be increased by prolonging the technique. And by touching the target with the palm of his hands, they freeze up for a second, and Maki knows all of this. That stance she took was more than just bait. By counting it out and timing everything right, she actually managed to stay in line with the 24 frames so that she didn't get frozen and finally hit Naoya, thus settling the battle and this chapter. Overall, I think this is a great chapter. We get an in-depth explanation into the projection technique, exploration of Naoya's character, and subtle confirmation of things like Maki now being a first grade plus sorcerer. And despite Naoya being the biggest piece of trash in the series, I do hope he's not dead. He's a pretty good character and Gege-sensei hits it out of the park every time he shows up. I don't know what to predict for the next chapter. Maki's basically slaughtered anyone in his Zenin clan who mattered, so maybe this will be the end of the Perfect Preparation arc? We could flip over to Yuji or maybe Nobara, but I genuinely have no idea what will come next. Regardless of what happens, I'll be here to read it and review it for you. Be sure to subscribe because I may or may not have some pretty great videos slated for this month. This is Joe's Fury, signing out.